Hi, this is a video I have made well, there was a time period when I had moved around and had changes in my health insurance, and I noticed a film on my gums and my teeth. And I normally used to brush my teeth twice a day, and I'm kind of finicky about it. And also, I used to do water goggles because I learned that in India to do saltwater goggles or rubs, brush with salt also in the daytime, besides brushing twice a day, in the morning and at night, in the evening. Not at night, in the evening, because I usually finish dinner by 4:35. I'm done with dinner. So usually around 5 or 6 I'll be brushing my teeth because I want to make sure I don't eat anything after that, because I'm tempted to eat more food and I want to make sure I don't. Plus, you have more energy to finish up whatever you need to. Anyway, to brush properly and all that. So, and I learned growing up that my parents had told us right from childhood to do gargles, like warm water gargles after food. And most Indians do this. It's very common in our culture, in Indian culture, that we do warm water gargles or even just plain water gargles after eating a meal or after eating food of any kind, not just a meal, but after any putting anything in the mouth. It's a very common traditional thing we do, just like how we eat with our hands. This is a, most Indians used to eat with their hands. Now we don't do it that as much, but that's how it used to be. Anyway, so I noticed I had a night shift with the patients, at a patient's house for 2 nights in a row. I ended up leaving my toothbrush by mistake in the car and one at home, and or misplaced it in one of the bags, and couldn't. My mind kept telling me it's not there. So anyway, so I missed brushing my teeth 2 times, 2 days, and I did not want to ask my manager or boss to drop a tooth. I know it's just a buck or two, but I didn't want to bother anybody. I didn't want to ask for a favor to ask my boss to see if she can drop a brush off at my job, since I'm on the shift. That I've forgotten this thing in the car, and we're not allowed to go to the car. So that's how our shift is. Anyway, so what I realized is I noticed a film after that 2 days, and the film made me feel very funny. And since I had health insurance, but not exactly I had the the AMBAT or whatever, the local one, whatever. But I was in the middle of the process of filling out the paperwork or whatever. Anyway, so meanwhile, and I did not take health insurance from the job from the work from my boss lady, from my employer. I did not take any health insurance from them. I just chose not to. Anyway, so I went ahead and went to the urgent care because I kind of panicked. I'm not the kind of person who really goes to the doctor. Well, most people don't like to go. I'm one of them. I don't like to go to the doctor if I can avoid it, if I could get away with that. Anyway, so this kind of scared me. I didn't really have much energy because I just finished my shift. But I thought, well, this seems like it's an important thing. I went ahead and went to urgent care. The urgent care doctor lady was really, really a nice lady. She was very nice. So she gave me a phone number for this doctor, for a dentist. Happened to be her doctor, she said, and she likes him very much. But anyway, in my eyes, he seemed like really far away. So I went ahead and looked up, Google searched a close by dentist. And I thought, well, doesn't matter, dentist is a dentist. That's what I thought. I didn't care to check the reviews because I don't want to judge, I don't want to judge somebody right from the get-go, right from, I believe that you should give everybody a fair chance. That's how I think. You should give everybody a fair chance. Well, in this case, I should have done like a review, I should have checked online to check reviews and all. Anyway, so then I find out this dentist, the one I went to close by on my own, his employee is saying, I'm not doing the cleaning today. Then I find out from the dentist that this thing happened because there is a place where the toothbrush can't go at the back of one of the teeth and on the top right. And so what he suggested is that you need to be able to make sure you have to force your toothbrush down, that is what's causing all this. So I said, oh, okay, now I know. And growing up, and so anyway, so then he said, but I won't do the cleaning till 1 year down the road, because the employee is saying, today I'm not feeling like taking, she's not on the schedule for cleaning, so I'm not doing the cleaning. So I don't know what was going on between the employee and the dentist, but I felt like I was getting like a push around from both. Like, I think the dentist didn't know what to do because his employee was talking like this with him. But anyway, so I thought, well, between the dentist and the employee, I'm getting smashed, squished. So what I decided to do is, meanwhile, yes, I'll have to go see but something didn't seem right, because it looked like the employee was kind of telling the dentist what what she will do and what she'll not do. So I felt like, well, after a year, what if she says, I don't feel like doing a cleaning today? Where do I go? That could get pushed into God knows, how long. So then I thought, well, but I remember the urgent care doctor, the really nice lady doctor, had told me that you need a cleaning right away. And then I said, how do I prevent this from happening again? She said, every 6 months, Mamta, if you have a cleaning every 6 months, your teeth and gums are great. They're doing fine. And there's nothing, they're very healthy. You just need a cleaning every 6 months. And keep continuing it. Then I said, okay, well, I can do that. That I can do. So then I went ahead and I thought to myself, if they're not willing to do cleaning till a year down the road, plus he said, right now I'm estimating 3,000 to 4,000. A year down the road, I don't know how much it's going to cost. So that could be much more a year down the road, when they might or might not clean. So I don't know, but I did not get a definite, so I kind of felt like things are up in the air, and I was not okay with it. It was making me very anxious. So then I thought to myself, well, why don't I just go to the doctor, even though it might be a little farther away. The urgent care doctor had told me to go see the dentist. Why don't I do that? So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go there. So because I looked up the reviews on the first doctor, which was close to where I live. Then I realized, oh my God, the reviews say that a lot of patients have their gums and teeth messed up and all these bills to pay. So I wish that I wish now that I had read the reviews before. That's what I should have done. But anyways, sometimes when you're in a rush, you don't sit to check reviews. You just take action and go see a doctor or dentist. Anyway, so, and I forgive myself, whatever. Things happen. So then finally I went ahead and went to see the doctor, which the urgent care, I went ahead and saw the dentist, which the urgent care doctor had mentioned I should see. I had the card. I went ahead and made the appointment, saw them. And they also said the same thing. We will have you go back and forth for a whole year, and then I will go ahead and do your cleaning. He's saying, doesn't matter what the urgent care doctor told you. I have decided I'm not going to be doing the cleaning till a year down the road. So basically what they both the dentists are saying is, come and go. We will be racking up the bills and you'll be paying all these bills, and then we'll clean when we want to. But what about the film? The film is not going away, So because without the cleaning, the film is not going to go. And so then I thought to myself, what should I do? And they're like, well, you won't be able to resolve this on your own either. That's what they told me. The second doctor told me, well, you won't be able to fix this on your own. Or the staff lady or somebody told me that. Anyway, so then I thought, well, at one point when I worked at Barnes Jewish Hospital, when I worked at Barnes, I had a lot of acid reflux happening because I was drinking too much coffee, and the lifestyle I had, I would eat till late and all. But so I Google searched how to deal with that, and I kind of resolved, all the acid reflux symptoms. I used to have to take pills for that. So I thought, why don't I go ahead and Google search this and see if I can at least find a temporary solution. Meanwhile, I will keep up with going to the dentist for a year or whatever they are saying to get the cleaning. Meanwhile, I want the film to be gone. I don't want this film, and I don't want the beginning stage of gum disease. That's what they called it, the beginning stage of gum disease. That's what the urgent care doctor told me, that that's what it is. Well, anyway, so then I went ahead and made my own mix. Google searched, I did a lot of research, I put a lot of time and effort in it, and I came up with this mix. So I went ahead and got this toothpaste. It's called Neem. Doesn't matter which brand you get. I got it from the Indian grocery store, but I imagine you can get it online also. You can get it ordered at home online, but basically it should have neem powder in it. Neem, some form of neem. Neem is a leaf in India. It's bitter, and it's leaf. And in my mom's house, we used to take warm bath with neem leaves are soaked in hot water, and then the water becomes warm enough for you to handle, what you can tolerate. And we used to take in the summers we used to take bath or body wash with, shower with that water. So it has a lot of antiseptic and antibacterial, all that goodness, really nice stuff like turmeric and all. So basically it's called neem toothpaste. Any form of neem is fine. And then I went ahead and got neem leaf, this neem plant leaf, it's powdered form. And I use a local salt. Any salt is fine, whatever salt you can find, it's not a big deal. Whatever salt you have, it's fine. Powdered salt better. Powdered salt would be better. And then here there's clove powder from any store, even from Dollar Tree or from Aldi's or whatever. You can, whatever is affordable. And turmeric, any brand turmeric is fine. It doesn't have to be, but it has to be good, actually turmeric, and oregano, the one we put on pizza, because the oregano has a lot of good nutritional values. It's antibacterial or antiseptic or whatever, something like that. It's really good, antibacterial, I think. So, and then this is called Divya Dantamanjan. I got this at the Indian grocery store here called Asian Spices, or near at SEMA World and Enterprise. You can get this there, or you can even get this online. There are a lot of, there's Bombay Bazaar. There's a lot of Indian grocery stores. If you'd rather not get it at the Indian grocery store, it's okay. There might be pharmacies online or just something online. If you look up this, it's called Divya Dantamanjan. Divya Dantamanjan. I hope people can see it. I don't know if anybody wants this name, but this is what it is, and this is how the bottle looks like. And I make a mix like this, and I keep it all week long, and I fill it month to month. I use it every week, and I keep filling it up as soon as, so this lasts me at least 2 to 3 weeks like that. I make sure it's filled up, and it's about time I made some more. So right now I have it handy, so I'm going to go ahead and make up and fill it up till the brim, till the top. So this is how it looks like. Okay, and I soak up I first pour warm water on the toothbrush. I use the neem toothpaste, and then I dab the toothbrush, the wet toothbrush with the toothpaste on there. I dab it on the powder, and then I start brushing. A few things a dentist in India had told me, that I am brushing my gum on the top right very, too hard, too rough. I'm too rough on that side, so I am trying to be gentle on that side. And the other dentist, the one near where I lived, has mentioned that the toothbrush is not going far enough on one side of the teeth at the back, the last teeth. So that is another thing I am trying to be aware of. Plus I do warm salt water gargles 2 to 3 times a week. Also I use some salt 2 to 3 times a week. I try to use salt and warm water, and just with my fingers I just clean. And I do the brushing 2 times a day. Twice a day we have to brush our teeth, and with this mix. you know. And this mix, the container is not the right, I just put, it was just a plastic container, I used this to store the mix in. And in India we call this jugaad, so it's more like a temporary like tip or DIY. And this is in no way to say you should not see a doctor. You should see a doctor, you should see a dentist, and you need to see a dentist right away. Please go ahead and see a dentist or doctor if you sense a film. And this usually happens, I found out that usually the film thing happens, or early, you know, the gum disease happens for people who have a, you know, like diabetes, or like it could be a hereditary thing, hereditary reasons, or obesity, you know, or some other diseases they mention. You know, they just mention some diseases like if you drink or smoke, and I don't drink or smoke, but basically there's a chain of things, the reason why, you know, gum disease happens. But whatever the reason is, or if you have bad hygiene, you know, if you're not brushing, you know, often in the morning, but if you're not brushing at all. But anyway, I do brush my teeth twice a day, but still this has happened. And I think my mom had this also. But anyway, so because she was trying to tell me something was going on, I had shared this with my family, you know, part of my family in New Jersey. And my brother and my sister-in-law, my younger brother and my sister-in-law, and they had mentioned that since it has helped you, you should share this with other people also. It might be a good, or make a mix and sell it, or and also share with you know, people online. It might help other people also to have a little relief by the time maybe they can't find an appointment right away, or whatever. It could be a money issue, a health insurance issue, whatever it is. It might just give them a, you know, a little break or a little relief, maybe, I don't know. But this is not a replacement for a dentist or a doctor. This is just like a quick home remedy, just for a little period. I'm in between situation, and you know, I was moving and all that, lots going on with one health insurance finishing and another coming up pretty soon, you know, on the 17th will kick in. So I was just trying to find a solution in between. So this is not a permanent solution. Please go see a doctor, go see a dentist, everybody. Whoever needs to, go see a dentist and go see a doctor. Also, another important thing is try to do saltwater goggles when you need to. If you feel something funny, start doing that. Brush 2 times a day, gargle with saltwater, warm saltwater goggles, or rub with salt, you know, or brush your teeth with powdered salt also, you know, besides all this. And one last tip I wanted to mention is growing up, like I was 9, 10, or maybe 10, 12 years, whatever. When I was younger, my parents had told us, brothers and sisters, that it's a good idea to just eat from one side of your gums and teeth, not both. Because it's very common, people I see eat from this side and that side. And my parents said, just eat from one side till you're 50, and then if you need to, leave this side for old age. When you grow beyond 50, leave this for times. So I just eat from one side. I always did just eat from one side. After they told me, they tried to explain to me that just use one side. So this is very important thing I think people should be aware of, even all over the world, that try to eat just from one side, and then leave this for old age. Because there might be a teeth or two, or gum or something gets bruised up or hurt, and if you use both sides, then there will be like problem, you know, with food particles stuck on both this side and that side. Then you will have an issue and not be able to use one side when you're going over 50. So that's just one important tip I think, which will help especially if you're 9, 10, 12 years old, and you know, and if you're seeing this, to be aware that you know, use either one side, doesn't matter this or that. You know, this is just my opinion, just my I preferred the right side first, and then, you know, now I'm using the left hand side of the, and that too till I figure this stuff out, and then I'll go back to this side, and I'm going to try to leave this for, if I live long enough till whatever, you know, 60, 70, 80, then I want to keep this side for that time. So that way, because if not, then have to end up using purified pureed smoothies and soft foods and all that. So, and for my dad, we used to, me and my sister, we used to pound or put it in the mixer blender and grind crunchy stuff like brittle, like peanut brittles and nut brittles and all that for my dad and for my mom. And we have some Indian crunchy savories. We used to just pound them or put them in the blender and make a powder from it, so he could him and mom could eat. So anyway, so I just wanted to mention these things, which I'm not sure if it'll help anybody, but I hope it does. Plus my sister-in-law and my brother were saying that it's a good idea you share this with the world, with the rest of the world. Then maybe it might help somebody. Yeah, it's not a permanent solution, but if you're in between something and you can get health insurance, or you don't have health insurance, or it's going to kick in after a few weeks or something, at least you have a temporary solution where the film goes away, and if there's any ache or pain or all that, it gives a little bit of a break, I think. But it's definitely not a solution. Please understand, you have to go see a dentist, you have to go see a doctor. Please, please, please go see a dentist. This is just home remedy. Okay, thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye. All the best. I hope it works out for you guys. Bye. All the best. See you guys. Bye.